Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Romani Fire. You can find me on Instagram at Romani_fire. Today I am doing a weekly reading. I don't really know what to call this actually. Yeah, kind of like a weekly reading. Like the energy of the week. Actually no, I'm taking that one. So what does this week want us to know? Yes, I shuffle these cards different. I shuffle all my cards differently. Or most of them different anyway. So what does this week hold for us? Protect yourself. Improve your vision. And develop mental clarity. Wow, there's a lot of purple. Blue energy. So protect yourself. I don't feel like you're being personally attacked this week, but I do feel like you need to protect your energy, because sometimes we can put ourselves into situations that can drain us. Maybe what you're doing at the moment is giving yourself and your power away to people, when what you should be doing is taking that shit back for yourself and start looking after yourself. I don't feel like maybe you're being attacked. I don't feel like there's any physical attack. Maybe it's mental or emotional. Maybe you feel like you're cornered. But the energy of the protect yourself isn't really that negative. It doesn't feel like a very negative thing to me in this reading. So I feel like it could just be that maybe you're investing too much of your time and energy in things that you really shouldn't be. I feel like you should be more focused on yourself and where you want to be, rather than what other people are doing and where they want to be. And then we also have improve your vision. And I feel like this is, again, I think maybe you're in a situation where you're so in a situation that you can't actually see the reality of that situation. So you could be slap bang in the middle of whether it's work, relationships, family issues, financial, whatever it is that the situation is. I feel like you're so slap bang in the middle of it, you can't actually see the reality of the situation. So I feel like with this card present, it feels that you need to kind of withdraw a little bit, maybe take a step back. And like they say, the eagle, it flies above the storm, and it has vision that is, most people or animals don't really have. They can see things from a different perspective. And I feel like for you, they're asking you to take a step back, take yourself out of this situation, kind of restore your energy a bit, and then look at the situation from a whole different perspective. I feel like where you are at the moment, you can't fully see what's happening around you, and I feel like you could be feeling quite cornered, or you could be feeling like the whole world is on top of you, and it can feel like that. If you were literally surrounded by drama, it can literally feel like you've got the whole world and the planets on your shoulders. So I can feel that, but it's asking you to improve your vision. So I'm saying that for you at the moment, if you are slap bang in a situation, to really take a step back and to really focus more so on yourself and your energy and getting yourself right, and then coming back and looking at the situation from a different perspective. And I feel like, don't worry about what other people might say. If you've got to walk away and you've got to step away, walk away. It doesn't matter about what's happening around you. If you feel off, that's all that matters. You need to focus on you. Develop mental clarity, yeah. I feel like it's the same as what I was just saying here, but it's kind of like a double bammy. I feel like you really do need to focus on where you're at, where your mindset is, where you're heading. If you stay in this situation, where you're heading is just going to be even more drama. And I really feel like this week, for everybody in general, just take a step back. Sometimes you need to, sometimes you do just need to take a step back from life in general. Maybe you're not going through something. Maybe you just need to take a step back from you know, everything. Maybe you just need rest, you know, maybe you need some time to yourself. And the protection card is to kind of to clarify that you need that time to yourself. You need to really get your energy back up to scratch, because the feeling that I get and the feeling that I can feel with my body is so, it's so heavy. Sorry. Oh, I really felt that. It's so heavy and so dense. It's like I'm literally carrying everybody on my back. That's what it feels like. And I feel that you really need to focus on who you are giving your time to. If someone is taking all your time and you don't have enough time for you and the things that you need to do, then that's really not good. And that you need a break. You need a break. You need that time alone. You need that time to figure out what the fuck is actually happening. I can really feel some heavy energy, like tired and dense. It's like the whole world is on my back at the moment. Sorry, I just needed to breathe for a second then, because whew, this is some heavy, heavy energy. If you can, for like 5 minutes a day, just 5 minutes, just for yourself, just dedicate 5 minutes dedicate 5 minutes a day to yourself, just to relax, whether that's 5 minutes. I was just interrupted, so nothing's going to stop me from getting this message out. So I'm back. So if you can find 5 minutes a day to dedicate to yourself, for you, alone time that involves no phones, no social media, no technology, just 5 minutes a day or more, dedicate it to yourself, to sit and relax. You can use meditation. Meditation is a great way to really learn how to quiet the mind and just really focus on your breath work and really focus on being present and really try and clear your energy, because what I feel in my body right now is so congested and so heavy and so dense that if we don't invest that time in ourselves, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, I feel like we could potentially end up in a rundown, crash and burn situation. So my advice for this week for you guys is to look after yourself first, take a step back, focus on yourself. Sorry, I was just interrupted again. No, we're not playing this game right now. I'm going to get straight to the point. And yeah. So for this week, the advice would be make time for yourself, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, for meditation, for relaxation. No phones, no technology, no nothing. Just 5 minutes to yourself, to take a step back, to breathe, focus on your breath, focus on the sensation of breathing, and just learn how to start clearing your mind. Because if we stay in this energy here, you've got to be joking. No. I was just pretty much interrupted again. Okay, sorry. The interruptions in this reading have just been crazy, but we're not letting that stop the message. If we continue in this energy here, we will eventually end up in a crash and burn situation, and maybe that might just be what you need. But if you can prevent it, or if you are kind of already aware of it, it's almost that saying, like, if you know better, do better. So my advice for you guys, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over because I've been interrupted like 3 times since this reading. Take time for yourself. if it's 5 minutes a day, it's 5 minutes a day. If you can push it to an hour, push it to an hour, because we need to really get our energy right. We need to take a step back. We need to not be so invested in everything that's happening around us, and we need to be more invested in what's happening with us, inside of us, so that we don't get distracted by anything outside of us. I feel like we are so like trapped in this middle energy of, like, if you can imagine, what I can see is just like a crowd of people and you're slap bang in the middle of it, and it's almost like everybody's like pulling at you for something. They're just like, I need. And if you don't put yourself first, you will end up in a crash and burn situation. And like I said, you may need to crash and burn. That might be exactly what you need. So if you don't want to take the time to look after yourself and do what you're doing, then maybe you do need a crash and burn situation. But the energy of this week is to really focus on yourself, to spend some time alone, to get some mental clarity, to really look at things from a different perspective, and just really, I feel like, just focus on you. Fuck everybody else. Make time for you. Make it your priority. I'm not even joking now. Like, something in me just switched. Make this a priority. Make it a priority. Make yourself a priority. Make time for you. Look at things from a different perspective, and get out of this mind pattern of having to please everybody or to put everybody first. That's not working anymore. That's not how life is going to be for you anymore. If you don't have yourself, you have nothing to give other people. So the energy of the week, focus on you, and really put yourself first, man. I don't know why. I mean, I've done it, so I understand why. But do you understand why? Do you understand why you're being pulled left, right and centre, and why people are constantly asking you for stuff or needing your attention? Or are you aware of why this is happening? Like, ask yourself these questions. You need mental clarity, right? You need to understand what's happening so you can get a different perspective. And the only way to do this is to give yourself the time to really look at it, to really, like, you're not going to be able to focus or to see it from a different perspective if you're still slap bang right in the middle of it. You need to take time for yourself, and you need to invest that time in yourself. You owe it to yourself to look after yourself. You need the mental clarity. You need to look at things from a different perspective. You need to stop being everybody's beck and call. You need to be your own beck and call, is what I'm picking up on right now. I hope that made sense. I don't feel like it's a negative energy. I just feel like for you guys, you are so caught in a situation. Whether it's a situation or a way of life for you, I don't really know, but it feels like you were carrying so much on your shoulders, and it feels like, in what I can see, is like I can see you in the middle, and I can see loads of people around you just constantly taking and taking and taking and taking and taking. And it's getting to a point where you just feel so heavy and run down, and almost like, what's the fucking point? If all I'm doing is giving and I'm not getting anything in return, what's the fucking point? But the point is, if you're not giving to yourself, then nobody's going to give back to you. People will just keep taking. You have to set your boundaries. You have to be open to receive. Are you open to receiving? A lot of people aren't. A lot of people see themselves as givers, and they just give and give and give. And then people get into the habit of taking. Maybe it's time to now look at things from a different perspective. Maybe you need to understand why you're in this situation to begin with. And maybe, just maybe, like I've said about 1,000 times in this reading, maybe you just need to put yourself first. Maybe you need to say to these people that are constantly taking from you, maybe you need to say to them, look, I need some time. Yeah, I'm tired. I've got nothing else to give you. Let me breathe. Just let me fucking breathe. Maybe that's what you need to be doing. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just focusing on this energy here because I feel like this is how people see you. People see you like the light, like you are the light in a lot of people's lives. But that's a good thing. That is a really good thing. But that doesn't mean that because I see it as a good thing that everybody else is going to see it as a good thing. People are drawn to the light. They're drawn to the light because the light is a very healing thing to be drawn to. But if you're constantly healing others and not healing yourself, you will eventually end up with nothing. You will literally end up with, I've been there, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. If you constantly give and you're constantly looking after other people and you don't put yourself first, then you're just giving all the time, you will end up with nothing. You will crash and you will burn. So not only take my advice, take the energy of the week's advice and just put yourself first. You deserve to be put first, and you deserve to really just like have some time to yourself. Jesus, like tell people to back off. Like you need some time. You need some time to yourself. You need to really understand what's going on, and you really need to come back. Like the bounce back is going to be a lot stronger than the setback. So yeah, I feel like I rambled loads in this situation right here, this reading. So I'm going to go. I hope it resonated with you. I'm sorry for all the interruptions that happened. You know, sometimes that's just how life is. And I have made a choice to really dedicate myself to what I'm doing. So I could be interrupted another 20 times. I will still get this message out because somebody needs to hear it. So forgive me for all of the interruptions. I hope this resonated, and I hope I see you again in the next reading. Take care. Put yourself first. Take care. Bye.